today we've been working with Starship, one of our partners, to basically pull together their collaboration of international partners from across Europe who they've done a huge deal with around modern methods of construction. I think what it demonstrated today was how that partnership working can really strengthen economic growth, get business moving, and obviously, as far as Liverpool City region is concerned, act as a bit of an exemplar, a blueprint for how those companies can work together, and not just work in Liverpool, but elsewhere in the UK as well.
The reason we put this event together today is we want to really raise awareness about industrialised construction, not just in the city region, but what the plans are right across the UK. We've got this massive challenge, this housing challenge and a housing shortage. The government have given us an unbelievable target, 1.5 million homes to build, and we're not going to get anywhere near that unless we embrace modern methods of construction, new innovative ways, and this is what industrialised construction gives us. Well, we can only innovate with partnerships, and some of the people that we've showcased today have been unbelievable. This is a 12-month journey with these three partners where we've been developing new products, bringing new product innovation into the UK, and that's how we're going to be able to bring these brand new products to market. Better homes, more affordable homes, better air tightness, better energy efficiency, and we've got all the great minds around the table, and that's what's allowed us to get to where we are today.
I'm here really today to talk about the partnership working that Homes England is really delighted to be engaged in. The new housing bank, which will be operational from the 1st of April, the social housing fund, which was launched last week and is a fantastic opportunity for RPs and developers, and also the regional offices, which will be open from the 1st of April and which will allow us to work much more closely with mayors and local leaders, so aligning sort of decision making with national policy and local ambition. What I would ask them to do is to bring us into the conversation as early as possible. We are working really closely with partners, but we do have property and regen skills and housing skills, and we can often help mature an early proposition so that it is in the best shape it can be to be investable by any one of our key stakeholders. Bring us in early, we're more than happy to have those conversations.
I'm from the company, the Vandersanden Group. Now, Vandersanden is a family-owned business. It's one of the biggest European brick manufacturers. We produce over 600 million bricks. In short, we have three divisions. We have the classic bricks and then all the colors and formats. We have the pavers, but we also have industrial clients, off-site construction as we call it. What we specifically do is we deliver to the housing factory, the factories of the future. Let's say the car factories of the building industry. And we also we guide startups like Starship in their journey to off-site construction with our processes and products. I think for the UK it's a starting point, a shift towards off-site construction. If you see that the challenges that the UK faces are the same challenges that we have in Europe and we have in Holland. Affordable housing, shortage of houses, shortage of labor, construction, better quality of housing. It's the same challenges. So I think that off-site construction is one of the solutions for that specific challenge that we all have.
Is that we want to work with partners and partnerships to develop and evolve our solutions and our offers as the industry evolves. So we have more robotics, more digitalisation of everything. If we don't work with partners, then we'll be left behind, and if we don't work with partners, the partners won't have the support of major product manufacturers. I genuinely do not believe that the 1.5 million houses, forget how long it's going to be built over, there's no way that we can deliver that in the way that we've been delivering houses in the UK for the last forever. The speed, the efficiency, the quality and the performance as well. And when you get into the zero build homes, you don't see too many traditionally built homes of that level of standard of performance.
Just fits beautifully in terms of what we do as a college. We're very big in construction, new methods of construction, and that's what Starship is all about, and it's about connecting skills with business, with growth. So my message today is, how can we ensure that all our students have got the relevant skills and are engaged in modern methods and are ready to go back out into industry and fill this gap? You know, we've got a gap coming at the moment. We can't have carbon neutral, can't have green technologies without also investing in new skills and new techniques, and also AI. So we've got about 3,000 students in total in our specialist. We've got 2 specialist centres, one on Vauxhall Road in construction and engineering, and our brand new centre, which is in the centre of one of Europe's biggest developments, Liverpool Waters, and the focus of that is 2 things only, which is green construction and new modern methods of house building. So it is one of the very few, if the only one, of its type, a specialist skills centre dedicated to new house building, right in the centre of the biggest housing development, certainly in the UK. Developments that are going on across the whole of the UK and here in Liverpool cannot happen without skills. And it's really important that we're in the conversation from the beginning. So I'm raising the profile of saying skills is very, very important. We can't do any of this without it. We want new talent. We want to upskill the talent. We're here ready to do that. And we want to make sure it's relevant and meets people's needs so that we don't have this lag between development and skills. And that is the purpose, be there right at the beginning. So I am speaking on some of the events with the City Council, and I'm also wanting to meet employers to make sure they know what's available and that it's their centre.
We've been working closely with the Starship team basically and creating healthy indoor environments. It's a new product we've taken to the market, and they're the first company across Europe that have actually put it in place. So we've been delighted to partner with them. A lot of opportunity and a lot of experience down the line. But they've got a fantastic product, and we're really keen to help them grow that concept even more. Basically, we are big advocates for utilising the roof space. We call it room in the roof, or 2.5-storey design. And that's crucial basically because that space is dead and wasted otherwise in the vast majority of the homes we build in the UK market. Now, what that flexibility gives and that space creates gives the occupants of the house far more opportunity to utilise that space as they need it, whether that is an extra bedroom, whether it's a home office, or whether actually, because I said we're an ageing generation, actually sometimes even a carer, you know. So that adaptability, we call it lifetime homes. It's the ability for that house to contract and expand to suit the needs of the occupant. We obviously are really keen to drive policy and engage obviously in policy to actually to kind of get design elements that room in the roof becomes a bit of a standard policy process. That happened a number of years ago with our planning policy guidance note 3 in the early 2000s. Unfortunately, it diminished a few years later. We're keen for that to come back in. House builders didn't like it at the time, but actually what it did was actually forced house builders to think differently about the design. And at the end of the day, we've got a lot of wasted space in that loft. So for a very low cost, you're actually almost adding about 30% additional floor space to the house for a very minimal cost. So it becomes a very cheap and economic area to utilise, and as I say, the flexibility is there.
Piers is a new thing, but the technology behind it is in some cases brand new, in some cases have been existing for some years. Either way, we can see it in progress in many other countries. So very strong in Sweden, very strong in Japan, strong in the Netherlands, growing strongly in Germany. And we can see other countries like Canada looking to adopt this technology. So we see this as a great opportunity for growth to adopt it more quickly here. Well, the first thing, of course, is the availability of homes. So a homeowner needs a home to live in, and with the current crisis around housing, that's proving very difficult for many families. So accelerating housing delivery is the first and most important thing to note. But once you're in the house, of course, then there are other challenges to face. So providing a home that has low or no energy bills would be attractive to everybody, and this technology allows direct access to that. But also a healthy environment that is properly ventilated to avoid the issues around moisture in your home and mold is also super important. And then a home that is also light and bright and pleasant to live in with the right living spaces for all of the family. Again, very important. Future Homes LCR is an alliance between three main parts, so we would say it's triple helix. So there's public sector,
when we think about all the requirements there for housing, for planning, for regeneration, for growth, of course, and private sector, which is all the know-how and the companies here to support that process. And then academia is the third part. So for research and development on new technologies, but also for the skills training that's required to support industrialized construction.
If you listen to the story behind the Starship partnership today with Vandersanden, Saint-Germain and Velux, then, you know, they've done that themselves. It's not been the public sector intervening and saying, okay, we can give you a grant, we can get something moving a bit quicker. Often the private sector can go out and win that investment. Of course, what that partnership now needs is the public sector to enable them to deliver the product that they want to get off the stock. So it's crucially important that they work together. But often, you know, as we've proved today, innovation can start with the private sector, delivery can happen with the enablement of the public sector, but that partnership approach, that collaboration, absolutely crucial.